Hello everybody, so today I have a very weird run. This one was one that I decided to do for a few reasons. Well, the main reason is that I want to do something with the primary expertise and the absolute zero, because that will give you full uptime absolute zero. You can spam the absolute zero button as much as you want, or at the maximum amount, because you can't use it faster than the amount that the freeze wears off. So basically, with one primary expertise, you can constantly spam the absolute zero, which is a pretty cool strategy. But I tried that out on Flood Valley actually, and I got to a really bad state. I was doing it with like some weird towers just because I didn't want to do like pod or carrier flagship again, you know, like the typical OP towers. So I decided to change course a little bit, and I'm actually going to be salvaging that run as part of just like a regular salvage series because it's pretty goofy. So you'll see that some other time. But I decided I'm going to do it with Energizer instead, because Energizer will give the same exact result practically. I'll still probably try to find a way to do a AZ Energizer, AZ Pex, what am I trying to say? An AZ Pex run somewhere here or there. But for this run, I'm going to go for Energizer, and I'm going to be pairing it with the Pirate Lord, because Energizer and Pirate Lord is really cool. Now for the hero, obviously Brickle would be the best, but that would be too easy because Energizer, Brickle, and Pirate Lord will basically solo the entire game. Get like 80k spare or whatever you want to get with that. So because that's too easy, I decided I'm just not going to use Brickle, still use Pirate Lord though, and just to make it more of a challenge, or well, more of an appropriate challenge, that is, I'm going to use Soda, because why not? Soda with the Energizer is not the greatest on this map. There's definitely maps where Soda Energizer is a lot better, but it's still going to do alright, and it's going to be an interesting mix to use with the Energizer buffed Absolute Zero and Pirate Lord. So basically that's the rundown of why I am picking this very odd combination of towers, and it's going to be pretty effective. Obviously not as effective if I were to do this with Brickle. That would be too effective and too easy, to the point where a lot of the towers, the entire AZ, would be completely cuttable. So we're just going to be doing it with this, and it's going to be a lot of good fun. So to start off, I go for the reactor. We get Soda up in the top corner. Soda might be better in the bottom left, but I put Soda in the top left. I don't really know which one's better. I don't use Soda enough on Ouch. I don't think really anybody uses Soda enough on Ouch to know exactly what like the craziest best placements are for sure, but I'm doing that. And I realize that quickly I'm going to need a downdraft to go for the Pirate Lord save up, and I'm not going to be able to get Pirate Lord before round 63 at the current rate of things, so I just go for the downdraft and the Snowstorm, and we'll be getting Pirate Lord after and just doing a whole bunch of micro in the meantime. Now I get the Snowstorm because I know for round 63 I will need a cycle of 3 abilities, so with the Snowstorm I could do wave 1 Snowstorm, wave 2 Sword Charge, wave 3 Snowstorm, and that will take out 63, and I should hopefully be able to take out 64 right after, and then soon after by Pirate Lord, and be pretty chill. Then after that it's time for Energizer, and because the Energizer is coming so late, I won't have the level 20 on 95, so we'll have to find some solutions for that. So I'll come back in a little bit, probably when we have Energizer and all that stuff, and spamming the abilities. Okay, so with the Pirate Lord and Energizer, we can put in hooks like it's nothing. We get 6 grappling hooks with half the cooldown duration. So yeah, there's a lot. It's 4 times as many as you were before with just no Energizer. So we literally can just like hook in everything, like almost all around 89 right there. It was just gone. You also can get DDTs with these, and with AZ now we can pretty much like lock a bunch of ZOMGs way up at the top and just constantly be hooking them in, which is pretty cool. And then when everything breaks down, use that sword charge with level 20. It sweeps around 3 times with a lot of damage, and it's actually pretty darn effective, other than the fact that the setup in general costs a lot, because I have some pretty expensive towers. AZ is not that expensive, but with 3 towers from being cheaper to moderately expensive tier 5s, that just costs a lot of money, so we're not really going to be able to get much cash spare in the first place, but we'll try to be doing it with minimal support. So we'll have that Moab Glue. That downdraft obviously was for the mid game, couldn't really avoid that one. And for round 95, unfortunately, I'm going to have to get a Sabo 2 because I'm not going to make the level 20 cut on Sada. If I were to get the Energizer a lot earlier, I would have been able to do that, or like buy Sada level 20 for $1,000. I had to do it for 9,000 if I wanted to do it, and it's just cheaper to get the Sabo at that point, so why not just do it? So we had to get that to beat 95. 95 actually took a bit of tries, but with the right timing of abilities, we can take that out. And I'll also need a first strike, which does cost a lot of money to be able to beat round 100. Round 100 is just pretty brutal on this map, and a first strike will be what I need to take it out. So with all of that, it's time to not spend any more money, get around 30,000 cash spare, and we're gonna have like a really cool round 98. I think in particular, I think 98 is the coolest because it's just a constant ability spam. Really awesome. The Pirate Lord just goes insane with the Energizer, and the AZ2 is also really fun. So just leave it off there. Some music will play for the last bit. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!